Are you someone who wants to embark on your first solo travel? Well, welcome to my channel and let's talk about solo traveling.
Solo travel isn't just about ticking off bucket list destinations. It is a journey of personal growth and empowerment. When you travel alone, you have the freedom to set your own pace, pursue your passions, and step out of your comfort zone. The first step to successful solo travel is thorough planning. Research your destination, create a flexible itinerary, and make sure to pack light.
The first and the most crucial step. You should plan your itinerary. Give yourself a couple of hours free. Keep them for buffer because how much ever you plan your travel on a piece of paper, when it comes to real world, it's completely different. Try to contact with some locals because they'll help you better. Choose your destination and rather than going to the same places again, try to do a little bit of offbeat travel and explore some new places and be mindful while traveling.
India offers a lot of destinations for solo travelers, each with its own charm. Whether you are drawn to majestic mountains of the Himalayas, the vibrant cities of Rajasthan, or the tranquil backwaters of Kerala,
When it comes to safety, traveling in India might sound a little daunting to you, but trust me, if you try to be careful, you can avoid a lot of things. I wouldn't say that you can completely cancel it out because you have no control on the external environment. But yes, you can obviously do your best to avoid such situations. For example, when I am traveling, I always let my parents know where am I headed to, how much time am I reaching in, and if in case I'm not making it back to the hotel in time, they would know that, okay, she's gonna have 1 hour of buffer, maybe traffic or something, because she's not in network. And if I still don't return, they'll contact my hotel, whichever place I'm staying, and ask some locals about it. So yes, you need to make really good connections when you're traveling alone and always have someone. Let it be your best friend, let it be your sister or your cousin, anyone. But someone should always know that where are you headed. Talking about accommodation, while if you are planning to have a budget travel, I would recommend you go to some hostels like Hosteller and there are many more. And if you are looking for some a little bit of privacy, then there are guest houses and at all places. But make sure you're not the only one living in those guest houses. There should be more people who are staying at the same guest house. And if you're into luxurious travel, there are a lot of resorts. Radisson has a lot of resorts at a lot of different places in India. So that is what you can choose. And always be mindful of your accommodation. For example, for me, I travel to Manali a lot. After checking out a couple of the guest houses, I've chosen one which is of my comfort. So there is this Manoj guest house where I always try to stay because that's one place where I feel really comfortable and I know the people, I can trust them because I've been traveling so much to Manali. So once you start traveling a lot to a particular place, then you can always have a particular homestay or a hostel which you always choose. Try new, but yeah, for me, it is my comfort zone. That is where I got a lot of questions about solo traveling, and one significant question was कि हमें डर लगता है solo travel करते हुए. So, अगर हमें इस डर को भगाना है, the first thing I would recommend you is कि you try to take a trip alone for the first time, but with some group. For example, there are a lot of travel companies which take you around Manali or around Jaipur, around Hampi, and there's a group of 10 people. All of them are solo travelers and they're joined to a group of strangers to go. So probably if you travel with a company for the first time, you'll know how to communicate, you'll know how to travel, even though they'll have their tempo travel services and everything. but still you'll figure out. You will try to see the city, the kind of transportation they have, the kind of food is given, the kind of hotels you have to choose. So that is something I would recommend you. And then after that, the second thing you can do is wherever you live, ऐसा तो होता नहीं है कि कहीं पे कोई culturally rich या सुंदर चीज़ नहीं हो. So take your first trip alone to somewhere close to your place. See how it works. See, are you able to talk to people? And that's how you will build up a little bit of confidence, and then you can start traveling miles alone. Honestly, you are never alone, because even if right now I go out of my house, I sit in a bus and I'm heading to somewhere, there will be someone sitting right next to me and I'm in a conversation with that person, and right now I'm talking to him or her, and she is traveling to the same place. We start creating plans together because she or he is also a solo traveler, or maybe heading to his hometown or somewhere. But even they have a purpose because they are sitting in the same bus as you. So the moment you leave your house, you do meet people. It's just the effort of making a conversation. The other question that I got was, what should be our first location to travel? Well, places like Hampi or places like Manali and Darjeeling, these Rajasthan. So these places are the places where a lot of public goes. So you'll find a lot of people here always. So I recommend that this could be a really good destination for you, because there are people around you who can always help you. And slowly, once you build up a lot of confidence, you can start going to places that are really remote, and you can explore and walk on the path of self-discovery. The third question I had was, I want to travel solo, but parents' permission नहीं देते. Well, permission मुझे भी नहीं मिलती है. But I started finding a purpose for me to travel. I told them that I want to create content. I told them that I want to do this basic mountaineering course, advanced mountaineering course. I started finding a purpose for my travel, and I used to communicate that with my parents. They did not agree with me every time, but I learned this thing that जब आपके पेरेंट्स ऑलमोस्ट हर चीज़ के लिए हाँ बोलते हैं, अगर वो एक दो जगहों के लिए मना भी करते हैं, so it's okay. So that is what I think, that to convince your parents, you need to talk it through. You need to understand that what are their expectations from you. The last question was, how do you earn while you're traveling alone? So this was a little difficult for me to figure out as well initially when I was traveling. But now I know there are some volunteering jobs which you have. For example, if you want to stay in Himachal for 1 month, then there is some volunteering opportunity. They give you free stay and free food. In turn, you need to present with your skills. For example, be a social media manager, or just manage their community, manage their homestay or hostel. And then if that is not what your profile says, because I was not that person who could do that. I mean, I was very sure that I don't want to volunteer a lot. So I started going on camps. I started working with schools. And while I'm working with schools as an outdoor educator, I started earning. So most of the places where I go is also because I am taking the school there. So yes, that is called an outdoor education camp. Well, we'll talk about this and all that while our next videos. But yes, try to find an opportunity to earn. And let me tell you, you won't earn really well initially, but slowly, once you get into the process and start investing in your own skills, only then you'll be able to make a good amount of living with this field. But for that, you need a really good experience, and you should have something to present on the table. So yes, that was about it. So I hope you are ready to embark on your first solo travel.